payment process remaining, because only one section is left, so we'll complete that section. So with that, this chapter is also over, because we completed section 50, interest on account of delay in payment, etc. So please look into page number 136. Page number 136, an overview of section 49. As per section 49, what are the three ledgers which will be maintained by GST network on behalf of every registered person? Electronic liability ledger, electronic credit ledger, and electronic cash ledger. What does electronic liability ledger contains? Total 5. TIPFO, tax dues, interest, penalty, fees, and others. Can the balance in electronic credit ledger be used for payment of tax dues as well as other dues? No. The balance in credit ledger can be used only for payment of tax dues. But the balance in cash ledger can be used for payment of tax dues as well as other dues. And so what will be the inflow into the credit ledger? How there will be inflow into credit ledger? So whenever you avail the ITC through GSTR 3B, or whenever you file ITC 1 for availment of ITC on closing stock, or ITC 2 for transfer of ITC on account of transfer of business, or ITC 2A, single registration is split into multiple registration. These are the inflows into credit ledger which will be used for payment of liability ledger. Then how the money will come into cash ledger? Whenever we make a deposit through PMT6 challan, or TDS TCS deducted by the recipient and e-commerce operator will come into cash ledger, or any refunds also will come into cash ledger or credit ledger. Whatever money that is coming into cash ledger will be used for payment of liability ledger, that is an inflow into the liability ledger. So this electronic liability ledger will be PMT1, electronic credit ledger will be PMT2, and electronic cash ledger will be PMT5. So total 4 forms you need to remember now. PMT1 liability ledger, PMT2 credit ledger, PMT5 cash ledger, and PMT6 will be deposit challan. And whatever balance that is there in credit ledger or cash ledger after payment of interest, penalty, etc., can the balance in ledger be refunded? Yes. But credit ledger balance we can get as a refund only in 2 places. What are they? Refund on account of zero rated supplies or inverted tax structure. But the balance in cash ledger, anytime we can get as a refund. Moreover, for getting the refund of balance in cash ledger, the time limit is not applicable. Even refund is not subject to unjust enrichment also. Then special provisions with respect to cash ledger. How we will make deposit into the cash ledger? Through PMT6. What are the various modes of deposit? In customs also I told you this. Internet banking, debit card, credit card, NEFT, RTGS, cash deposit over the counter. But over the counter cash deposit, how much is permitted? Up to 10,000 rupees in a tax period is permitted. Then UPI and IMPS. Then when the payment is debited from the bank account but not credited in the cash ledger, then the communication will be made through payment gateway through PMT7. That is sometimes what will happen, money will debit in our bank account but there it is not reflected. So in that case the communication will be through the payment gateway through the portal, so that the portal will ensure that the money is received and it will be credited immediately. For that PMT7 is used. Then PMT9. PMT9 is for transfer of balances between various cells in cash ledger. In cash ledger there will be 4 major heads: CGST, SGST, IGST and cess. And for every major head there will be minor head, 5 minor heads, TIPFO. So there will be a 20 cell matrix. Now by mistake we deposited in one balance, one cell. So can it be shifted to another cell? Yes. For that we use PMT9. For transfer of balances between major heads and minor heads in ECL, for form PMT9 is notified. Not only this, one more purpose is also there for PMT9, that is for transfer of balance in the cash ledger from one distinct person to another distinct person also we can use PMT9. Balance available in the cash ledger can be transferred between distinct persons, that is form PMT9. However, transferor should not have any unpaid liability in the electronic liability ledger, means they should have completed payment, then only the excess balance can be shifted to another cash ledger. But while shifting the balances to another cash ledger of a distinct person, see, remember, credit ledger balance cannot be shifted, only cash ledger balance can be shifted. But while shifting the cash ledger balance, 2 important points you need to keep in mind. Point number 1, SGST balance cannot be shifted. SGST balance cannot be shifted, and CGST, IGST balance cannot be shifted to SGST head of the distinct person, because this provision they have not enabled in SGST Act due to that reason. So CGST, IGST can be shifted to CGST, IGST. SGST balance cannot be shifted and CGST, IGST balance cannot be shifted to SGST. But what we can do is that this SGST balance we can shift to CGST, IGST using PMT9. Thereafter from there it can go to CGST, IGST. Again from CGST, IGST it can be shifted back to SGST. We can do that. This plan is there. But they have given this provision that exam and all don't write that. SGST balance cannot be transferred to distinct person. CGST, IGST balance cannot be transferred to SGST head of a distinct person. Then special points with respect to credit ledger. We will get refund from the credit ledger only in two cases, that is zero rated supplies and inverted tax structure. Then refund to the original source ledger in case when the tax is wrongly paid or paid in excess, and that is sanctioned as a refund. Remember, it will come to the source ledger. Source ledger means how much amount we have paid. Say for example, we paid from credit ledger and cash ledger in 2:3 ratio. The refund also will come in 2/5 into credit ledger and 3/5 into cash ledger. Then for that refund into credit ledger, they will be using form PMT3 and there is form PMT3A. What is that? First, we have got refund of ITC, refund of unutilized ITC. Erroneously we claimed a refund of erroneously ITC. We have got as a refund. For example, in input tax credit, electronic credit ledger, the balance is 8 lakhs. We have claimed a refund of 5 lakhs. In that 5 lakhs, 2 lakhs is wrongly claimed refund. And this wrongly claimed refund, they are recovering from us or we are paying it. Now when we pay, then to the extent of 2 lakhs, the credit ledger should be credited. For that, they use PMT3A. When a registered person claims erroneous refund of ITC, upon payment of such refund amount along with interest and penalty, proper officer shall pass an order in PMT3A for recredit to electronic credit ledger. Then, balance in credit ledger can be used only for payment of tax but cannot be used for others. Also, balance in credit ledger can be used only for payment of GST under FCM but not for payment of GST under RCM. Balance available in credit ledger may be restricted for utilization of proper officer. That is, already I took the credit in my credit ledger, then also that may be restricted by the proper officer. Then last, balance available in credit ledger can be used for payment of tax demanded under 73-74. So whenever I have evaded the tax, they give an order in 73-74, I am paying the arrears of tax. For payment of arrears of tax, can I use the balance in credit ledger? Yes. So that arrears of tax can be paid either using credit ledger as well as cash ledger. Then look into restriction on utilization of amount available in the credit ledger. There are two restrictions, 86A and 86B. Rule 86A says that whenever the ITC has been availed in credit ledger, even after availment in credit ledger also, it may be suspended by the proper officer for a maximum period up to 1 year if the supplier is not in existence, means your supplier is not in existence, or if your supplier is not doing business from the place where they have obtained registration, or you are not in existence. Sir, I am there only now, sir, which means they could not find you. Okay, you are not in existence, or you are not doing business from the place where you have obtained registration, or you have availed the ITC without actual receipt of goods or services, or the invoice is missing. Okay, or your supplier has not paid the tax to the government. You understood? In these 5 cases, so supplier is not in existence or not doing business from a place where they have obtained registration. So install a CCTV camera there. Then ITC availed by a recipient who is not in existence or not doing business from the place where they have obtained registration. ITC availed without receipt of goods. ITC availed against an invoice where the invoice is missing. Okay, invoice is missing, or supplier has not paid tax to government. In these 5 cases, even though you have availed, see, in these 5 cases, if it is noticeable before itself, it would have been kept under ITC not available in 2B. But suppose if it is coming in ITC available, you took it in your credit ledger, even then it can be suspended for a maximum period of 1 year. That is the intention behind this rule. Okay. GST officer has power to disallowed the set-off of provisional credit against GST payable for a maximum period of 1 year if he is of the opinion that these 5 points. What will happen upon expiry of 1 year? Upon expiry of 1 year from the date of restriction, So what will happen when it is restricted? Definitely you will ask the officer, sir, why are you restricting? He will tell your supplier is not in existence or doing business from a place where different place. You will go to the supplier and ask, bloody idiot, you file your registration amendment and you file properly everything, then only I will take ITC. So then they will allow you to enjoy the ITC. Number 2, you have not updated the amendment in registration because you are doing registration in some other place, you have obtained and you are doing business in some other place. So you update it. Or you have not received the goods. So produce a e-way bill to prove that you have received the goods. Or invoice is missing. Go to the supplier and ask for duplicate invoice. Or supplier not paid tax. So you kick on his ass and make him pay the tax. You understood? So that you will be enjoying the ITC. That is this. So which means for whose mistake who is penalized? Supplier mistake, recipient is penalized. So that they are telling because of that reason recipient put pressure on supplier so that supplier will complain. Then what government is doing? They are preparing provision like this. Then upon expiry of 1 year from the date of restriction, the registered person shall be able to debit input tax credit so disallowed subject to any other action that may be taken against such person. Then rule 86B. Rule 86B says that even though you have taken the credit, but we have right to disallow the credit to the extent of 1%, which means 1% of your liability you have to pay through cash ledger, even though you have sufficient balance in credit ledger. To when what is the situation where it is applicable? Whenever the taxable turnover of a person exceeds 50 lakhs. But sir, they gave turnover, that's what they gave turnover. Thereafter they are telling exclude exempt supplies, exclude zero rated supplies, and exempted includes non-taxable. Then what is left? Taxable supplies only left. Okay. Then pay 1% liability through cash ledger even if there is sufficient balance in credit ledger to pay. And to whom it is not applicable? It is not applicable to their family members. Government department, PSU, local authority and statutory body. What's the point in collecting from one pocket to another pocket? Okay. So that's why for them it is not applicable. Others only should give that 1% to them. Got it? Government department, PSU, local authority, statutory body. Even some more case also it will not be applicable. What are they? Such person or proprietor. Such person means such registered person or proprietor or karta or managing director or any of its two partners have deposited already more than 1 lakh as income tax in the last 2 years, means some cash inflow created to the government. So due to that reason no need to comply with rule 86B. Or refund of unutilized ITC has been sanctioned greater than 1 lakh in the preceding financial year. Received a refund of unutilized ITC greater than 1 lakh. So already they are giving you refund of ITC, means you have excess balance. Again if they dissolve ITC, what's the point in that? That's why rule 86B not applicable. Or cumulatively during the current year, cumulatively from April 1st till this month, already you paid more than 1% of liability through cash ledger. So this month you don't have to comply with the provision. Read that. Paid greater than 1% of the total output tax liability through cash ledger calculated cumulatively up to the month in the current financial year. Kindly make note of this formula. So what you need to see? First you need to check payment through cash ledger. Payment through cash ledger. Whenever you see payment through cash ledger, don't take RCM liability, because RCM anyhow you have to pay. If you add that and all, easily it will cross 1%. So when you take output tax, don't take input tax, output tax through cash ledger, payment through electronic cash ledger excluding RCM liability up to previous month in the current financial year, divided by, means up to previous month how much you already paid through cash ledger, divided by total gross liability under FCM up to current month in the current financial year into 100. Suppose if it is greater than 1%, means it exceeds 1%, means already you have paid more than 1%. So rule 86B applicable or not applicable in the month? Not applicable in the month. Suppose if it does not exceed 1%, then for the current month pay 1% of liability through cash ledger in the current month. Okay. So this is about rule 86B. Maybe somewhere in MCQ they will be testing this, so that it will be useful for you. And with this we completed payment process also. So today we completed morning 3 chapters, exemptions, then liability to pay GST, that is FCM, RCM, e-commerce operator, then payment process also fully we have completed. Okay.